Hey everybody, thanks for checking out this video. If you find this content valuable, please consider subscribing. Today we're talking about happiness, the formula to happiness. And I always think like, why are you here? Like, why does someone go scuba diving? Because it makes them happy. Why are you here on earth? To find happiness, to find joy, to enjoy living. And I think it's so important that any journey you go on, the end result should be that it makes you more happy, that it finds peace within yourself, even if it is a challenge. Why climb Mount Everest if you get to the top and you're going to hate it? Then you shouldn't climb the mountain. So if you're going to go on any journey, including this life, I'm talking about this life, your existence right now, you have to put a formula together of what is going to be happiness to you. I think it's so overlooked. I think we always talk about growth and we talk about all these things. Well, who cares? What makes you happy? What is happiness? How do you achieve happiness? That's the journey. There's no reason to do anything else in life. Now, you might have to go obstacles to to get to the point you want to be where you can be happy, but you shouldn't be doing things that don't get you happy. You're falsifying yourself. You're falsifying your journey. So, I mean, if you ever work with any type of life coach or yourself, or, you do your own type of life planning, this is like video to set it straight, to be, hey, we got to define what happiness is, and then we need to grow and move towards that. And make sure our goals are what actual happiness is. If you become a billionaire and you do all these things to become a billionaire, and it leads you to not being happy, then there's no point in becoming a billionaire. Everything in life is about enjoyment and happiness. That's it. No reason or point to even be here. It's about happiness, getting understanding what it is. So this is a few things that I think I've studied a lot of people, myself included. I've written down 7 things that I think are the keys to actual happiness. 7 things I think like every person actually needs to achieve happiness. A few might be controversial, but I don't care. These are the things after studying people and seeing people that have things, and then studying people that don't have some of these things, and people in between that, understanding this is the 7 things I think that get someone at balance where they can really say like they're fully happy and fully like proud of like the current existence that they have. All right, and then I'm going to go through a few things I think should be avoided or are thought after as things that make you happy, but they're just kind of literally complete illusions. Okay, number 1 thing, and this is kind of in order, but not necessarily with my top things to make you happy, but this first one 100% is. This is the number 1. A life partner, a husband or wife, someone to enjoy life with, someone to be a team member with, someone to grow with, someone to go to the apple farm, someone to go to Wrigley Field with, someone to sit on the couch and watch a movie with, someone to cook with, someone to eat with, someone to life plan with. This is utterly the whole reason you come to Earth, is to find someone you love and get to enjoy Earth with that person. This is fundamentally this life existence, is finding a life partner and becoming a team, becoming a strong unit, enjoying each other's company, growing together, getting old, passing to the next stage. So life partner, without a doubt, number 1. And I'm talking the real one, not the fake life partners, not the illusions. The true like soulmate type vibe is what I'm talking about. Number 1, most important thing for happiness. Number 2 is just a future. So many people just live without a future. There's no plan. They don't have enough love for themselves to build or plan a future. They don't know what the future is. Having a future is so important. And it can be, a goal or an idea or something you want in life to achieve, and you work and you build towards that goal, which is hopefully, once again, like I said earlier, something that's going to make you happy, a passion or a certain life that you want to live, a certain location you want to live, right? But just having a future. If you're just working and you really have no future, there's no reason to have a future, like that's not happiness. Having a future and a plan in every single area of life, from finances to career to relationships to friendships to, rec baseball. I mean, it doesn't matter. But have a future plan for yourself, and especially if you're in a family, for your family. I got this poster right here, build the field, right? You want to be in the build the field mode. Just work hard, build whatever you want, and then happiness will come, right? If you build it, it will come, just like the movie, build the field. Next, children. This one might be the most controversial. I don't think you can achieve true happiness without going through the experience that is having children and the joy that it is having children. And it's not just having children, but it's you developing as a human being enough to love yourself to want to have kids, and then fall in love with someone else, look through their eyes and want to have children with that person. It's both. It's the prior to children, and then it's having children. I think that is utterly crucial for happiness. Is at some point in your life, you get to a point where you want to have kids, you find your life partner, and you have kids, and you raise those kids with your heart and soul, and then they move on to, becoming parents themselves, etc. Like that family growth, I think, is crucial, and to participate in a creative world, in a creational world, and be able to create within that world, aka have children, I think is crucial in terms of your long-term happiness. Number 4, I put health. Health is very important. Now, I don't have it in front of life partner, future planning, children, and then I have health. But health is critically important for happiness. And anyone who's gone through a tough health situation knows that there's a feeling that feels like life gets ripped out of you. And you have to battle with your appreciation for life while dealing to try to overcome this like health situation. It's this like mental, spiritual battle that you have with like life itself. So having your health is something, and working on your health and making sure that you eat right, you think right, and all these things, and maintain your health, I think that's a key ingredient to overall happiness. Next, either a job that's your passion or a job that allows you to participate in your passion. So I think ideally, your job is your passion, but that's not always, you can't always do that. But maybe, you have an IT job and it's remote and you love to go rock climbing, and because the remote job allows you to go rock climbing, like that works too. I think you need one or the other. Either your job is rock climbing, if your passion's rock climbing, or you have a job that allows you to go rock climbing. Either or, it doesn't matter. Both, I think, work for the happiness scale. You could even make an argument that a job that allows you to do your passions could be even happier than just doing your passion 24/7. Because now your passion is officially a job. So, there you go. Okay, number 6. A good relationship with your parents. I think this is fundamentally important. And I feel like people that don't have a good relationship with their parents, there's always a little bit of sorrow within them, and that's always something they want. I made a video about this, the last video, check out my channel. I talk exactly about the parent-child relationship issues and how I think they actually evolve and how you can solve that problem. So check that out, but I think it's important in terms of, for long-term happiness, having a good relationship with your parents, is important. And, in the last video, I talked about forgiveness and all these great things and how to do it and the emotion, spiritual side of it. Check that video out. But yes, good relationship with your parents is a great thing in life. And then 7, just the ability to pay your bills and not have to worry about your bills, I think is happiness. I don't necessarily think you need to be like, making so much money. I think real happiness lies just when you don't have worry about finances, where you can pay your bills comfortably. That doesn't mean you're always flying out to Lake Tahoe or wherever the hell people go, but that just means that you're living your life and you don't have to really worry about, paying your bills. You might not buy a Ferrari, you might not buy a Lexus or whatever, a fancy car is BMW. You may buy a Honda Accord, but at the end of the day, it's just that you don't have the worry of the bill paying each month, the bills coming in the mail. Okay, those are my 7 things. If you have anything to add, please add it in the comments below. But those are my 7 things when I was thinking about this that I think you want all 7 things. And I think that would be a good goal map in terms of things I want to achieve. These 7 things I think put you in a good state of mind and good for your soul. Okay, things to avoid. I got a few of them here. Material items being valuable. Material items, and it's not the material item, it's your perception of the material items. If you think a material item gives you status or rank, then that is an illusion of which will not make you happy. There are certain material items that could make you happy if you don't think they give you status or rank, if you thoroughly just enjoy them. If you buy a BMW because you love the engine and the technology and you love the craftsmanship within the hood and the dashboard, how cool it is, and you thoroughly enjoy it and you love it, then you're going to get happiness out of it. But if you bought it for a social status and rank, then you're not going to find any happiness in that item. You shouldn't even buy it. Okay? Number 2, vacations. I think vacations are overrated. I think there's definitely a time for a mental break, but the idea of like the vacation culture is kind of a joke. I think actually working makes people happier than sitting on vacation. And the thing that makes a vacation anyways is just the people. There's no place on earth that's that interesting that you can get joy from just like being there and like not having people with you. Like vacations are all about family and friends. But just in general, vacationing all the time, I don't think leads to happiness. I think you vacation when you need a mental, spiritual, physical break. Back to the things to avoid, drugs and alcohol. I don't think drugs or alcohol ever really bring that good of a time. Don't get me wrong, like I understand it, like I live it. I have a podcast called Beers by the Ivy, drinking beers in Wrigleyville. Like, don't get me wrong, I love drinking a beer in Wrigleyville. But you can have just as an amazing time, I think, if not better, being sober and just enjoying your physicality and your presence and the presence of others. I'm sure there's a time and place for these, drugs and alcohol, but at the same time, I really think removing those out of your life, you'd be a lot long-term happier than if you had them in your life. Okay, and then lastly, fake life partners and like lying to yourself that you're in a good, healthy relationship when your relationship obviously isn't good or healthy and you know it and the other person knows it and you're both just lying to yourselves because you don't want you're scared of the future or whatever reason you're staying, maybe you think down on yourself so you're staying in this negative vibrational relationship, that doesn't lead to happiness. So let's go through the things that once again that I think lead to happiness. Life partner, a soulmate, husband, wife, a person you really enjoy and have a great connection with. Future, right? Planning for the future in various important fields of your life, having a plan, having goals and working towards those goals. 3, children, I think very important that you build yourself to want to have children. And that's just a love, self-expression of yourself. And you find someone that you now really want to have children because you love that person and you're like, wow, we would be a really good team. 4, health, super important to stay healthy. You lose health, happiness can dwindle. So maintain health, very important. Or if you do get sick, build back up. A job that's a passion, or a job that allows you to live your passion. There you go. And that was 5. 6, good relationship with your parents. I also think very important. And then 7, being able to pay your bills, not necessarily becoming a bajillionaire, but just being able to pay your bills and live comfortably. Very important. All right, guys, thanks for checking this video. If you have anything to add, please comment below. Check out the links. I got a self-forgiveness webinar for anyone who signs up. It's going to be absolutely kick-ass. And then, yeah, if this content's been great, then please consider subscribing. We're just getting going here. But yeah, enjoying the journey. Thanks all.